Kapers 32, episode 2, searching through Google News. This week I decided to tackle a topic of current events and see what I could come up with. Just looking through news apps on the daily, trying to figure out what's going on with the fucking world and the country at the moment. So here's another brand new 32 bar verse from your boy Kaper right here. Check it out. Searching through Google News, mortified that David Bowie died. I know some of my homies cried. No icon alive could really compare to him. And as I read the news, I'm afraid of America. A cop serving an eviction notice showed up at the place. The tenant greeted the officer with a gun in his face. The sheriff shot him around before he could get him in sight. It went through the tenant, hit his daughter and ended her life. I'm reading Google News, wishing I'd won the lottery. Bought a ticket to escape from the feeling of poverty. Ironically, the oil trade will burn our economy. At least I can buy a car with self-park technology. Detroit schools are hazardous with no means to improve. Last week the teachers cut class. They had to close 60 schools, some infested with rats. The bathroom stalls with no doors, moldy basketball courts with warped boards on the floor. Now I'm on YouTube laughing at Republican debates. High as fuck, like how is Trump's numbers up in every state? Circus elephants in the room, why do I stare? Close my eyes and vote for that old guy with white hair. Bernie don't even need to bring up that email scandal. Lush set up Trump for Sanders as the king of the dot battle. I wanna know what rappers are in Obama's top 10. And I bet there's a hit on that snitch Sean Penn. Last year police seized more money than thieves. Last week a kid in Syria died hungry in the streets. My problems seem obsolete, but do I understand when I'm like fuck the Rams? I'm from Missouri but never was a fan. The Chiefs lost in the out of water to hand out in Flint. I'm keeping up with these announcements for Blackout 6. Share this episode, click subscribe dabs for listening. Next week I'll tell a story about some real rap history. Recorded at North Village Recording, Columbia, Missouri. My name is Kaper Lucero. You're listening to Kapers 32. Make sure you stick around after the beat rides out. Me and my boy Heezer are going to be talking a little bit, explain some behind the scenes things going on over here at Kapers 32. So click subscribe, show your friends, share this shit, make sure it gets out there. Word. So you were listening to Kapers 32, episode 2. I guess we're going to just start it off the podcast like this. This is my boy Heezer. He's the engineer here at North Village Recording. Tim, why don't you explain who you are really quick?
Tim Hansen, also known as He's on Fire, owner, producer, and engineer at North Village Recording in Columbia, Missouri.
So what we're basically doing here is every week I'm dropping a brand new 32 bar verse. I turned 32 recently, so I figured it'd kind of go along with the theme. Also, it's 2016, so I kind of looked at it too, like 2 times 16 is 32 on some nerd shit, for real. But what do you think about how I'm doing this right now, Tim, on what we're doing here?
It's cool. You've always been like a real conceptual guy. You like to take themes and run with them and stuff, so it definitely just like plays to who you are, I guess, you know, as an artist and, you know, definitely more so as a rapper.
Right, and I think that's another thing, too, like having a different concept every week is like kind of the challenge of it, you know. And 32 bars, I mean, 32 bars is not like easy to sit down in one sitting and write, you know what I mean? But like over a week, you know what I mean? And keep in mind, I got like a job where I'm working like 40 hours a week right now, so it's not that that's anything hard or anything like that, but 32 bars a week is kind of a little bit more of a challenge than just like a 16 bar verse, you know, so doing that is kind of cool, being able to write that much, even though in one sitting I'll only write 12 bars at a time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also too, I mean, if you're listening still, definitely want to have guests on, and also producers, I guess, could be guests in a certain way, you know what I mean? Like, and even I want to like punch in other people too, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like if we can get even rappers that live far away to send a 16-bar verse, and then I'll do a 16-bar verse, and then that'll make the 32-bar verse together, and whether or not you want to do back and forths or whatever like that, like you can send in the stems or however you want to get the audio to us. I was already talking to Teep, actually, about getting on one of these.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, so, and even like, you know, Ray Myers, Pompey, No Coast, battle rapper, DJ. Shouts out to Pompey. Getting him on here too. I kind of talked to him about it also. So those two dudes I want to get in the lab via internet. and then punch them in like on a conversation and do this shit.
Nice.
So really, I'm just kind of bullshitting with some time left in the studio and throwing a little conversation down to explain more of what we're doing, kind of giving a little bit more in depth. We'll probably have a better setup on how to do this next time. But click subscribe, share this shit, tell your friends. Next week I got a new 32 bar verse. Kind of give you a hint a little bit. It's has to do with hip hop history. So make sure you stay tuned. Next week I'll have a new 32. Peace out.